Hi, this is Piro. This is a reply to Satori Sage. And, dude, welcome to the side of the road. Okay, I watched this video because you sent me a PM about it. Thanks for that, By the way, if people ever want me to reply to videos, don't send me the videos. I consider that just spam. I don't look at the videos, when I'm sent that or whatever. I don't even know if people specifically do that or goes to their friends list or what. You have to PM me and as if you really want my response, and then I'll respond. And you might also, if you respond to me and I don't answer at all, then I haven't seen it and I want to. So tell me about that too, because I if you put your videos on approve, then you see if there's videos there right in your account. Otherwise, you have to go check your email or something, which I don't really look at all that YouTube spam. So anyway, yeah, your video was so chilling that for a while I thought maybe it was anti-Ron Paul in the beginning, and it's really offensive to me, this idea that capitalism hasn't been tried. What are you talking about? We had the Industrial Revolution, which was basically laissez-faire capitalism, and it sucked. The capitalists, to say that capitalism is based on volunteerism, no, that's bullshit. That's such fucking bullshit. Capitalism, first of all, I'm not against capitalism as an element in a system. And the free market, which is not a part of capitalism, free markets are a separate concept. You have free markets, you can have all kinds of free markets with or without capitalism. But I like, a monetary policy that includes capital. But, capitalism on its own is not about voluntary things. It's about coercing people using economic influences. It is about coercing people. No, it's about volunteer. Yeah, and so all of those people that were voluntarily having their kids work 7 days a week, that's all just fine. It's voluntary. Fuck that bullshit. I'm not going to sit here or stand here by the side of the road and listen to how that shit is voluntary. How people working for $1 a day in Saipan are voluntarily doing it. Woohoo! Fuck that. We're going to look at the results. People live like slaves are slaves. Alright? I don't care if you tricked them into going, yeah, I'd rather do that than totally starve. You're just full of shit. The only influence is the government. No. I find that really chilling and naive and bullshit. The only voluntary situations have been created when people banded together as citizens, meaning you didn't have to have any special status. And they got rights for themselves, like the Bill of Rights. That's the only fucking time. No capitalist didn't give that bullshit. And none of you think that either. If you really think it through, a few of you just haven't thought it through, and so you can kind of be in a state of thinking this other way, but you know full well that people get screwed over in capitalism. You just think that's fine. More power to the guy that managed to get that other person under his heel so that he voluntarily submitted. Woohoo. What a great guy that must be to get some other person to voluntarily give up their freedom. But it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You're not allowed to voluntarily give up your freedom. The philosophy of liberty, it has a forceful aspect to it, and that is everybody gets their freedom. Oh, but I want to sell myself into slavery. Well, fuck you. You don't get to. Yeah, your video is well made and nothing personal. I'm also having a reaction to the fact that I'm just sick of any of these, people looking at Ron Paul and saying, see, I found out I'm a more traditional Republican. Don't be a fan. Being a fan of politicians is right up there with being a popular singer fan or, I love Britney Spears. That might as well be what you say. Just like, Ron Paul, or for that matter, Obama, Hillary Clinton, any of those people. I mean, they're, like I liked Howard Dean, but he existed just to funnel a bunch of energy that would have hurt the Democratic Party back into the Democratic Party. That's the function he served. That's not what he intended to serve, I don't think, but that's the function he served. And that's what Ron Paul is serving as well. And so, if you have a candidate like Ron Paul that's independent, I might look twice. But if it was Ron Paul, I'd say, no way. That's just such bullshit. The freedom to spend your money. So whoever has more money has more freedom in that formula. And I just don't like the dishonesty that it's all about voluntary. No, sorry. It's not how it ever was when there was more laissez-faire capitalism. Sorry. It's just not how it is. And you can bend over backwards and say, well, ultimately everything is the fault of government. No, it's not. That's where we've had our basic freedoms, the only source of our basic freedoms. And it's not government, it's a union of human beings coming together and saying, well, listen, this is going to be the law of the land, including for our bosses. So screw this getting rid of that and just going back to letting the bosses say everything, because they're so great, because they voluntarily got people to agree to be slaves in Saipan rather than starve. I'm not impressed with that philosophy, okay? The Ron Paul revolution. Feel free to send me more of these, though.